racing fans to Motorsports Radio's Weekend Edition. This is Manny Allegra, show number 629. We have this weekend's racing schedule, driver standings, and all that good stuff. First, we'll start with a recap of last weekend's winners, NASCAR Camping World Truck Series and the NASCAR Xfinity Series out in Iowa. John Hunter Nemechek, the Camping World Truck Series, winning the number 8 truck 2 wins in a row, and NASCAR Xfinity Series winner William Byron winning his first Xfinity Series race in the number 9 car, and Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series racing out in Sonoma for the first road course race of the year for the Cup Series. Kevin Harvick, the number 4 driver, snapping a 20-race winless streak, winning the Toyota Save Mart 350 on Sunday. NHRA out in Norwalk, Ohio, Pro Stock Motorcycle winner Lee Tongley, Pro Stock winner Bo Butner, Funny Car winner Jack Beckman, and Steve Torrance, the Top Fuel winner. IndyCar out at Road America, Scott Dixon, the winner of the Kola Grand Prix, and Formula One out in Azerbaijan, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix winner Daniel Ricciardo. Alright, take a look at the current driver standing, starting with the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series top 10. First through 5th place in order, it's Kyle Larson, Truex Jr., Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, and Brad Keselowski. Kyle Larson currently with 13 playoff points, Truex Jr. with 21, Kevin Harvick with 8, Kyle Busch 4, 12 for Brad Keselowski. Then 6th through 10th in order, Chase Elliott, Jimmy Johnson, Jay McMurray, Denny Hamlin, and Joey Logano. Chase Elliott with 2 playoff points, 16 for Jimmy Johnson, Jay McMurray with 2, Denny Hamlin with 1, and Joey Logano with 1 as well. Top 10 for the Xfinity Series, 1st through 5th place in order, it's Elliott Sadler, Justin Allgaier, William Byron, Daniel Hemrick, and Ryan Reed. Now, Elliott Sadler currently with 3 playoff points, 7 for Justin Allgaier, William Byron with 6, Daniel Hemrick with 1, Ryan Reed has 5, and then 6th through 10th in order, it's Brandon Poole, Cole Custer, Darrell Wallace Jr., Matt Tifft, and Michael Annett. Darrell Wallace Jr. with 1 playoff point. Take a look at the Camping World Truck Series top 10, 1st through 5th in order, Johnny Sauter, Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe, Matt Crafton, and Ben Rhodes. And then 6th through 10th is Grant Enfinger, Ryan Truex, John Hunter Nemechek, Noah Gragson, and Kaz Grala. Playoff points, Johnny Sauter with 10, 14 for Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe, and Matt Crafton, and Ryan Truex each have 1. John Hunter Nemechek with 11, Kaz Grala with 5. Kaz Grala actually got knocked down 1 spot. Now, IndyCar top 10, in order, Scott Dixon, Simon Pagenaud, Helicaster Neves, 4th place, Takuma Sato, Joseph Newgarden, 5th, then 6th through 10th, it's Will Power, Graham Rahal, Tony Kanaan, Alexander Rossi, and Ed Jones. And Formula 1 top 10, Sebastian Vettel back on top in 1st place, 2nd place, Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, 3rd, 4th and 5th, it's Daniel Ricciardo and Kimi Räikkönen, and then 6th through 10th in order, Max Verstappen, Sergio Perez, Esteban Ocon, actually, it's Esteban Ocon, Carlos Sainz, and Felipe Massa. Alright, so another contract extension. This time, it's for Chase Elliott, driver of the 24 car in the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series, who races for Hendricks Motorsports. As mentioned, Chase Elliott sits in 6th place in the driver's standings. Chase Elliott recruited by Hendricks Motorsports in 2011. Starting in the Xfinity Series, and then now in the Cup Series. Chase Elliott signed a contract extension this past week, and will now be driving for HMS through 2022, source motorsport.com. Last week, another Hendrick Motorsports driver, Jimmy Johnson, signed a contract extension as well, also through 2022. This week was Richard Petty's birthday. I believe it was on Wednesday. King Richie turns 80, the big 80. Since some Richard Petty statistics, 1,185 races. Out of that, 1,125 of them were with the 43 car. He also drove the 42, the 41, the 2, and the 42A. 200 wins, including the 1979 Daytona 500, 555 top 5s, 712 top 10s, 921 top 20s, 124 top and 124 poles, 307,846 total laps, and 49,881 total laps led. July 18th, 1958 through November 15th, 1992. Source driveraverages.com. Now, a former NASCAR driver here, Robbie Gordon, is banned from racing in Australia for doing donuts in the streets of Darwin. Darwin, located in Australia's Northern Territory. Doing donuts in Darwin is against the law, and this includes race car drivers. Now, this was after a stadium super truck event 2 Saturdays ago, and the illegal donuts was caught on videotape, and Robbie Gordon was fined $4,000 and banned by the Confederation of Australian Motorsports. This is according to Sporting News. The Confederation of Australian Motorsports oversees all the racing down in the land down under. Judge Richard Coates made the ruling. It was Mitchell Street, which was the location, which is a main strip in downtown Darwin. And Judge Richard Coates says that, quote, it's one of the busiest streets. Then he says that I don't believe professional driving skills are an excuse. So he's saying, even though he's a professional driver, that it's not an excuse to be doing donuts in Darwin, Australia. He even says that he wishes that he could take away Robbie Gordon's racing license. So there you go. Robbie Gordon, according to DriverAverages.com, drove in the Cup Series from 1991 through 2012. Driving the 96, 28, the 14, 0007, 4, 13, 40, 31, and the 7 cars. Raced 396 races with 3 wins, all in the 31 car, 16 top 5s, 39 top 10s, 1 pole, 125 top 20s, 100,097 total laps, 505 total laps led. First win in 2001 on November 23rd, winning the New Hampshire 300. The other 2 wins came in 2003, February 13th, winning the Gatorade Twin Qualifier Race 1, which of course we know today as the Can-Am Duel Race 1. And of course he got the Race 2. And June 22nd of 2003, winning in Sonoma, which back then was known as the Dodge Save Mart 350. So a little bit of history there. Penalty update. Of course, the big news was that the 18 team again got popped for a lug nut violation. Of course, that would be the driver Kyle Busch. So here's this week's penalty update, starting with the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. So this lug nut violation discovered during post-race inspection after Sunday's race at Sonoma. Now here's the crazy part. Crew Chief Ben Bishore was filling in for regular Crew Chief Adam Stevens, who is currently serving a 4-race suspension. Well, now Ben Bishore has been suspended for 1 race and also fined $20,000. Team engineer Jacob Cantor will be filling in the Crew Chief position this weekend at Daytona. Kyle Busch finished in 5th on Sunday. Now, one Xfinity Series team, a penalty for the 21 team, Richard Childress Racing, driver Daniel Hemrick. This is also for a lug nut violation. In Iowa last Saturday, the 21 crew chief Danny Stockman has been fined $5,000. Daniel Hemrick, driver of the 21, finished 21st on Saturday. Now, racing fans, it's time for the motorsportsradio.net racing schedule. Now, it's really just NASCAR this weekend. NASCAR Xfinity Series and the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series heading to Daytona International Speedway as they now start the second half of the season. 2.5 miles of asphalt, tri-oval, and bankers at the corners is 31 degrees. The tri-oval area is 18, and the backstretch, it is 2. Now, no trucks this weekend. Trucks return next weekend. Also, no NHRA, no Formula One, no IndyCar. It's just NASCAR this weekend. Now for this weekend's racing card. NASCAR Xfinity Series racing on Friday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on NBCSN and MRN for the Subway Firecrackers 250 powered by Coca-Cola. 100 laps. Stages 1 and 2 will be 30 laps each. Stage 3 will be 40. Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series racing on Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on NBC and MRN for the Coke 0400, powered by Coca-Cola as well. 160 laps. Stages 1 and 2 will be 40 laps each. Stage 3 will be 80. So program note that Xfinity Series racing on NBCSN and Cup Series racing on the big NBC as NBC and NBCSN now take over. So program note there. Thank you for tuning in from Long Island, New York. This is Manny Allegretta, and this is motorsportsradio.net. Race recap on Saturday night after the Cup Series race, right here at Motorsports Radio, the home of motorsports talk.